performance by Kid Cudi, who said he was honoring Kurt Cobain. Chris Farley by rocking a Virgil. What's Virgil's last name, Jay Moore?
Virgil Abloh.
Abloh, that's what it is. Yeah, I want to make sure I got it right. Dress. There was a picture side by side of Cobain, which I must have missed this because I wasn't paying attention. So this picture was, I don't remember seeing this that well. I could be asleep, and that's all right. This was all over my timeline with multiple takes. I actually text Terry. I didn't know if he saw it prior to me texting him. I don't know if Terry, had you seen it when I texted you, or was that the first time you had saw anything about it?
I saw it.
You saw it, okay. Oh, the timeline's on fire, man. I think what's crazy is performance really wasn't that dope to me outside of the other stuff. Like the performance was cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't see too many people talking about the actual performance, but I just feel like this is how do you guys take it? Do you take it as a tribute? Do you take it as someone just being someone just being a creative? Or is this kind of one of those things where it's the epitome of what I see a lot in this era where it gets people talking about the artist? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, who knows what's genuine and what's not? You take people at face value for what they say, but you guys think, man, like when you initially saw it, did you think it just was a dope tribute and people are overreacting, or what were your thoughts? Jay Diff, I'm coming to you first. What do you feel about
it? To each his own. I mean, if he was gonna wear a dress, he could have got a better dress than that. I'm cool off wearing a dress. I understand the narrative of the whole demasculation and the whole feminine male and all that type shit. Some things are just what it is. It's just that layer. That's it. There's nothing deeper about it. I need people to understand that. First off, everything doesn't have to have ulterior motives or an agenda, so to speak. It's just a trash ass dress, and he decided to get on SNL. He could. I mean, he's friends with fashion designers, and he has his own Adidas shoes. He could have wore a much better outfit or got a better dress than that little bullshit he was wearing. Just not co-signing. Me personally, I'm not wearing a goddamn dress on nothing.
Nor am I.
Halloween,
ever in life.
Drag shit. That's just not in my bag. Certain individuals do that shit. I mean, I know people personally that have done it, and I don't think their agenda is to make men to start wearing dresses. I mean, it's the same shit when Young Thug, whatever the hell he was on when he was in his dresses, and it gets people talking about you at the end of the day.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was talking.
It's kind of along the same line of what Lil Nas X did the past 3 weeks. Nas X talk is very quiet right now. I haven't checked. I mean, Jay Moore is the numbers guru as far as how music is doing. How is his single doing?
It's not number one anymore because Silk Sonic, which is Leave the Door Open, which is an actual hit. I haven't seen the full Billboard chart, but I'm pretty sure that it has fallen out of the top 20 because once again the controversy was bigger than the actual song. So just like I said with the Drake, it doesn't always have to be controversy, because Drake had the 1, 2, 3, and 2 weeks later all those songs are out of the top 100 except for one, and that song is at number 70. So those weren't actual hits, but we might want to do an actual subject and a whole thing about that later on, about what's an actual hit. But back to Kid Cudi and his wearing a dress.
That shit just,
I like that.
It is what it is as far as him doing that shit. I mean, he got people talking. He dropped an album in when was that, December? When his album came out?
I'd have to Google.
I've forgotten all about Kid Cudi till he put on his dress. I mean, I guess it would work.
Came out like December, right? I want to say November, December.
I
don't listen to Cudi. I don't know. He doesn't make like hip hop music to me. He's like this weird punk mixture of styles, emo, rap.
Yeah, Man on the Moon
you know,
3,
like
2020.
Huh?
Man on the Moon 3, 2020.
Yeah, I've just never been a fan of him. Like outside of like his early, like a couple of his early songs, so I don't check him. So I have no idea where he's at. And for the record, Montero's number 2 right now.
What's number 2? Okay. All right. Well, maybe it is a hit.
Missed the wave on Kid Cudi. I'll be honest. I heard some. I heard some joints, but I missed the wave. Like when it really was a wave, I completely missed it. You know, so that's my personal opinion.
What Kid Cudi stands for
sure,
as being a kid that wasn't necessarily the how should I put this?
This wasn't
follow
a typical
all the rules, so to speak. Wasn't a typical kid. Dealt with emotions and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people that can relate to that type shit.
Huge fan base. I don't get it.
I understand that. But Kid Cudi, his artistry kind of took some turns, some dives. 𝐾𝐄𝐃𝐒 was a good project to me.
It was the best project that came out of that era.
It was cool on 𝐾𝐄𝐃𝐒.
But I mean, it's just if he's truly a fan of Kurt Cobain, cool, because this ain't the first time he wore a Kurt Cobain outfit. I think he did his first appearance on SNL. So I mean, if it's really a nod to him, cool. But if it's just to try to get people talking about you, which is, I mean, that's an industry standard nowadays, then
he doesn't seem like that type of artist, though. Man. He's never seemed like that type of artist, though. He's never seemed like somebody.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I've never seen him as that. Like, even this, like I saw him wearing a dress, and my first thought was like, who cares? And my second thought was, I saw somebody mad because he was wearing a dress on SNL and he wasn't like doing a dedication to DMX or something. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like,
what? You saw that?
Extra.
Yeah. It was just stupid. You know, it was just one of the.
Your Kid Cudi and DMX are not from the same cloth. He probably wasn't even a fan of DMX like that.
It was like some extra woke take about, you know, like, well, you know, support your own community. And I was okay.
Nah.
But apparently the Kurt Cobain thing was planned ahead of time and everything. So the dress was the same.
Is that pretty much how you took it, Long?
Yeah. Which part? Yeah, I just see it as a tribute. I mean, you know, the dress didn't look crazy, but if you do remember Kurt Cobain's original dress, it wasn't anything crazy either. It would look like somebody's mom's or grandma's summer dress or something, you know, like, and that's kind of what Kid Cudi's look like. Dress. Yeah, you know, so
spaghetti straps.
I don't think it's like that much to like really analyze. I think he just wanted to pay some homage and do something that was kind of cool for, you know, him. And,
well, no, I do see him paying homage, but at the same time, you know,
let the man wear a dress.
Being an actual fan of Nirvana, because I'm from that era, you know, he could have wore, you know, the Freddy Krueger type sweater from the Smells Like Teen Spirit, or had the Anarchy joint. He could have wore, you know, had the.
But Kurt Cobain wore that dress on SNL. That's the thing, right? So
yeah, that too. But you know, like, you know, you could have paid homage to Nirvana and Kurt Cobain in so many different ways, but you wanted to wear a dress. You decide you made a real you decide you want to do this because, you know, your music isn't really moving people in the way that it used to, and you knew that this would get you a news cycle. Because
waiting on somebody to say this.
Because just think about it, every woke dude, every person who's you know, all about gender fluidity, or, you know, the LGBT for or against that agenda, you're now on their radar. And you know, and it worked because now we talking about it. And you got to understand, I understand it's from publicity standpoint, but I was like, you could have honored Kurt Cobain in so many other ways, but you knew that if you wore this dress as a black man in America in 2021, you knew it would bring the ire of so many different people. So in a way, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, fam, like, this is the problem I have with so many of part of this generation. And like I say, we're the new old heads, and I'm the oldest of the old heads. you just got a lot of people out here doing shit to do shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't really know if maybe he's really into Kurt Cobain like that. Like I remember when these records hit. Like I'm older than Cudi, I think. But I just think that this is another cry for attention and cry for help. And I'm not surprised because he's from Kanye West. He's cut from that cloth and he's from that camp. So I'm not surprised that he would do something. I don't agree with that. I'm not impressed. And honestly, when I watched the performance, I was more upset that he was all out of tune and that the music wasn't that good.
Something ain't paid a bill now.
That's what I get. I get to talking that real shit. They cut the lights out on me.
They trying to censor Jay Moore. Lone, jump in there, man. I was watching your reaction, brother. Talk to me, man. That's what we're here for.
I've already said it. I mean, his rebuttal was kind of a rebuttal to what I was saying in extent. No, I mean, I just don't like music aside. Maybe it's just because I just don't see it. Like it just seemed like he was paying homage to Kurt Cobain doing an SNL performance. What his music sounds like, it does. I don't care. Like it just seemed like he was doing.
We play devil's advocate, Long. You don't see any piece of clout chasing in this at all. I don't see 100%.
I don't see it as any type of clout chasing that I need to pay attention to. That is like legitimately clout chasing. Like, I just don't see it. Like, and I see it so often. It's so obvious, and this just isn't obvious to me. So maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I just don't see it. And maybe it's because I was a huge fan of Nirvana too, and I was a huge fan of Nirvana. So I was there when this stuff happened. So it was cool, and I don't know. To me, it's not. To me, it's not just like a pop culture reference, and he just wanted to do it. To me, like it seemed like he had some sort of connection with that, but who knows?
Anyway, I got you. Jump in there, Jay Diff.
I think he dropped the ball on something that could have been made that performance more memorable about him versus trying to pay homage to somebody else in a goddamn dress.
Just say it. You just don't like men in dresses, right?
I mean, I don't like men.
Tell me how you feel. I know you just said that. You literally said that 5 minutes ago. I'm just saying, but. I think, but I feel like that's a lot of the argument though too. Like, who cares if he was in a dress? Like those are two different arguments. Like if he's chasing it for clout and he could have done it different, or the fact that he's wearing a dress. Aren't those two separate arguments?
I mean, your angle about
you could say that.
You could say that, but your angle about
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just
angle about. I mean, you kind of splitting it up too, because you on one hand, we're talking about the item and the homage, but on the other side, you also mentioned it's not big enough for you to pay attention to, right?
Right.
Those are two different things too. Like, I mean, it's you can you can chop the whole thing up. Like there's not anything definitive to it to me because there's so much gray area. Like you can break this thing down however you want. At the end of the day, only he knows if it's genuine or not. Your point about the what I respect about what you said, Lone, is you're openly saying, yo, I rock with Nirvana and I followed it. I remember this. So putting that on the table lets me know that what you're saying in terms of your opinion is legit. Like you relate to the possibility of him actually being genuine. I can respect that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just I'll say this and I'll stop talking, but Cudi's always come across as like a real person to me. And so I give him the benefit of the doubt, and then unless I see otherwise, I just don't feel otherwise, and that's just what it comes down to for me.
I want to look in the chat real quick. I can dig that. See, TR says roll out.
What about Prince?
Says gimmick.
What about Prince?
What about Prince? Did I miss something?
No,
I see. That was Prince though from the beginning. Everybody know that Prince was androgynous or whatever back then. That's just who he was.
Right.
This is something different for Kid Cudi. Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything against him wearing a dress. I'm just saying, personally, I wouldn't do it. I don't think he's subscribing to some agenda or some bigger plan or bigger scheme of things. But to Jay Moore's point, him wearing the dress as a black man definitely was going to raise some eyebrows and have some people talking about it on the other end of things. So,
I mean, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. The chat. See, David said, man, this discussion is so tired. It's funny that we get frustrated at expressing feminism in hip hop, how many times do we see women MCs having to become more masculine in hip hop? Okay.
I'm cool on I'm cool on the emasculate female rapper though.
The what?
Honestly.
Again, Terry? I was breaking up. I'm sorry.
Emasculated female rapper. I'm cool on. I don't want a female rapper trying to be extra
manly.
And yeah, I'm cool on that.
Because honestly, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. You know, when a woman tries to be too hard, no, you've got to be damn near on some ass shaking shit, or like even women won't pay attention to you. But this is David going somewhere else with it. But yeah, you know what it is.
David is the MVP. David is the MVP because this is the line I've used for years, and I'm so glad you put this in here. Basically, Common said it best. If I like it, I like it. That don't mean that I'm hating. Like that's if I like it. If I don't like it, that don't mean that I'm hating.
That's Major Seven's cop out. Every time he wants to hate, he can always say, "Well, you know, Common said it, so you know."
I love it. I love it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. That don't mean that I'm hating. That's a great line.
And Common can be wrong, you know. If you've enjoyed this segment of the New Old Heads podcast, make sure to join our live show every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/newoldheads. And we invite you to join our hip hop community on Discord. Access it by going to newoldheads.com/community for talks on hip hop, sports, music, news, and everything else.